Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to, now that's what I call music, 52, which is the numerical halfway point. We finally made it. We're already past the time-wise halfway point, the chronological one. We're closing in on the present day now, with this volume, which was released in July 2002. Under 18 years old now. Yep, we're at 104, so this is actually the numerical halfway volume. Yeah, it's been quite a journey so far. Thank you very much if you've watched these videos, either all of them or some of them. I hope you're finding them entertaining. As I have said before, I'm primarily doing this for me and for the world at large. Anyone who's interested. I'm not chasing subs, I'm not trying to make money from it or anything. It's just a bit of pop history, really. And by extension, social history, because it's the music we all as a society have been listening to since the mid-80s now, and I've been following it, its progress, its ups and downs, seeing how it stacks up year to year, month to month. This volume, on paper, and I say on paper because sometimes when you actually play it, you're pleasantly surprised. On paper, this looks a very weak volume. And I've been a bit daunted about this one because there's going to be a lot I feel I don't really like. And I don't want to be some moaning mini just moaning about shit music. That's not the point of this series. This series is the opposite. It's looking for good stuff. But to do that, inevitably we have to wade through an awful lot of forgettable fluff. So let's see how this album stacks up then, actually going through the journey. Like I say, on paper it doesn't look all that, and it starts off with one that I'm not a big fan of. It's not too bad, it's just so granny-ish. Ronan Keating. It's funny how he really went from being in a boy band to going for the granny market. Everything he did was either aimed at 14-year-old girls or 65-year-old women. I don't know. He seems like a good guy and everything, and it's all very slick and professional. It's just so granny-ish. Okay, we follow this one up with Liberty X, aka Liberty, and Just a Little. This was a reasonably good song for something that had its origins in reality TV. Just to remind you, there were the Rejects, I think, from the lot that went on to make Hearsay. And they first of all became Liberty, switched it up to Liberty X, and Just a Little. Like a lot of songs on this album, you'll be hard pushed to find anyone who still plays it, who's even heard of it nowadays. Go back 17 and a bit years and it might have been all the rage. Okay, George Michael and Freak. This is a pretty disgusting song, really. This is just George Michael George Michael kind of wanking off in public, and it's just so crass. It's not got a proper tune, and he's tried to make it like kind of all very edgy and modern by going on about the internet. The trouble is, it's dial-up internet. Dial-up noises, as dated as you like. You got your speed connection, free chat, fuck that, get a little harder. Oh god. Pass the vomit bag, please. Okay, so we follow up that one with another freaky one. At least this one doesn't make me want to wreck. Freak Like Me by the Sugar Babes. Now this was their first song, it was a real big hit. On a now. I know we'd had one more, didn't we? We had one before it. What was it? I forget now. But this one was their first number one, I believe. And it's a mashup of the Adina Howard song, which, no, that's right, we had someone else did a version of it, a very forgettable one. And that was mashed up with Gary Newman and Tubeway Army and our friends Electric. This is the result. Is it sacrilege? Is it good? I've not heard it for a long time. I think it's probably one of those that's more about the concept than the actual delivery. Yeah, this is shit. I love Adina Howard, Freak Like Me. I love Tubeway Army, but this is just awful. God almighty, this album's going to be a real troll. Kylie, Love at First Sight, Yawnerama. Just totally unforgettable, computerised music by statistics, given a sheen of professionalism. Enrique Iglesias, Yawn. At least it's not another ballad. Even Sophie Ellis-Bextor's doing another forgettable song by Numbers, Get Over You. One Step Closer, S Club Juniors, as if S Club 7 wasn't bad enough. There's a spin-off of it. No interest whatsoever. Okay, Follow Da Leader by Nigel and Marvin. At least that's got a bit of oomph. It's more or less the same music as Chocolate Puma, I Wanna Be You, just with some guys that are saying, come left, come to the right. I quite like that one, actually. It's better than this shit. Right, okay, finally something decent. Albeit in a kind of wacky way. It's Scooter doing a Logical song, which was first a hit for Supertramp. This is like the Supertramp song sped up to the wrong speed. Very, very much in the Time Lords manual paradigm. We haven't had one of those songs for a while. And they even go put a shout out to the KVL, the F, and the Ology. So it's fairly obvious that they've got their inspiration from it. It certainly adheres to the formula of the song. Finally, something with a bit of oomph and get up and go and gusto. Much needed. Scooter had been around for ages and ages. And this one's had a good 43 million views. So yeah, I think I make this the first decent song on here. No, Follow the Leader was okay, but not impressed so far. Okay, DD follows this with Forever. That's pretty good as well. Like I say, Trance has kind of almost had its peak. There's still a few good ones hanging around. And DD Forever, that was pretty good. That actually had a good song. And Flip and Phil, Shooting Star, like their last one, it's almost coming into Scouse House now. And it's still kind of semi-trancey, but it seems a bit more like slowed down happy hardcore and bounce and stuff. Be Cool by Pfaffendorf, that's relatively hard for a now album. That's more like German hard trance. Still a kind of 3-minute radio edit of it. Like a lot of these songs, if you really want to hear them at their best go out and get the 12 inches. But I have no problem with now putting on the short versions just to kind of introduce people to the songs. Okay, Kelly Lorena and Tell It To My Heart, Voice of Entrance, now doing a solo one. And it was an old song from Taylor Dane, never made it now. Would have probably made now 11 or now 12, because it was from that era. Same era as Kylie, I Should Be So Lucky. Bit cheesy, bit naff, but it's okay, it's quite pumping, I suppose. Okay, another good one now. There have been a few good ones on this side, it took a bit of a while to get going. This is where drum and bass goes fairly mainstream, but not without keeping the actual song. And you know, you can be underground and still have a good song. Good melody, good lyrics. None of these old traditional staples of good music need to be thrown out the window just because you're doing some hip new sap style. If you've got good lyrics and a good melody, and a good vocalist, then that's fine. This is Die on vocals. And if I'm not mistaken, I just want to get this right. Yeah, the vocals on here, Diane Joseph. Did she do anything else? She's got a good voice, that's for sure. She was in a band that are very unknown called Truce, but they did have a number 20 single. Shy FX, one of the legends of DMB. And this is almost where DMB goes a bit Latin. It's almost got a kind of Latin thing. Okay, Tim Deluxe and Sam Obernick. That's quite good. It Just Won't Do. It's uber camp in a kind of playgroundy way. La 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 la. That one. But yeah, sorry, when I say playground way, I don't mean pedo, I just mean the kind of doggerel, let's say, and I don't mean dogging. Where am I going with this conversation? Yeah, you know, like a chant, a playground chant, that's what I mean. A doggerel, there's a good word. Let me just check I've got the right word. Well sung as well, she's got a good voice. Yeah, doggerel, comic verse composed in irregular rhythm. Verse of words that are badly written or expressed. Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, it's a weird one. It just won't do. It's like a kind of chant thing. but it's got a good funky, almost tribal beat to it. Okay, Shakedown and At Night. What am I missing about that one? That had to have something memorable, but I've totally forgotten it. Like an awful lot on this album. I think it was just sort of fairly similar Latino house party song. Really, really forgotten. Kind of disco-y. Not bad. Ditto Mooney and Dove. I'll Be Loving You. It's nice. It's well produced. It's slick. It's just forgotten. Intenso Project, Love Dust Sunshine, relies on 10cc's, Dreadlock Holiday, sticks it through the spiller kind of mangle, and as a result, it's not actually too bad. Okay, Four Strings, Take Me Away, Into the Night. That was okay, that's quite well known. That's more trance, quite a few mixes of it. I'm sure there's a Scouse House mix. That is followed by Madhouse and Like a Prayer, which doesn't really sound like a finished song really. It sounds like it's a work in progress, like a demo. It's basically a pretty good vocal version of the old Madonna song. Great song, with the Black Legend beat almost, and that's it really. There's hardly any instruments to speak of. It really just sounds like a demo, not a great one. I'll stick it on because it's better than half a crap on here. This is a really bad now, actually. This is one of the worst so far. I've got no enthusiasm for it. There's been about 3 good songs. And I know it's not me, because I was raving about the last one. And it's not like music suddenly went shit. 2002 was a great year for music. I remember DJing loads, and it just being a really exciting year. But this album just seems to have got off on the wrong foot. As if we've not had S Club 7 Juniors, we've now got S Club 7 and You, no interest. Atomic Kitten, it's okay, no interest. Even the Britney one, and I've been raving about a lot of Britney songs. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. It's, you know, where's the lyricism there? Where's the kind of metaphor? I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. It's just, that's not a lyric. It's not bad musically, but it's just unpoetic. It's got no metaphor, no simile. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. I don't know, it's just like reading someone's diary. And I do like the Britney psychodrama in general. I like the fact that it's been about, you know, her trials and tribulations. But I just feel this one's so formulaic, and I don't know, it's lacking spark. Foolish by Ashanti is relatively good. For this sort of thing, it's actually half decent. Ditto No More Drama by Mary J. Blige. But I don't know, I just can't relate to it really. It's all a bit of a joke. Right, okay, NSYNC Girlfriend. Normally I would brush that one right off, but in the circumstances, that's actually a work of genius. It's not bad. It's not really a work of genius. I'm just comparing it to some of the other crap on here. It's adequate. At least it's got a kind of groove to it. Ditto Christina Milian, When You Look at Me. Adequate. Something of a song. But just totally forgotten. Nelly, Hot in Here. I think people still remember that one. That was not so bad. At least it's got something approaching a hook. It Takes More, Miss Dynamite. She'd be back and she'd do much better stuff. This, I believe, is the first appearance on her now. But it's just meh. Oh, God, so many of these songs. Almero Mumbo didn't even make the charts. Samantha Mumbo was meh but classy. This is her brother. And there's no copy of it on YouTube. It's totally forgotten. Even Aaliyah, who's normally half decent, rocked the boat. It's just forgotten. There's nothing about it. The Realists, Freak Mode, Ditto. Giant Leap. Okay, thank you. Misprint on the Now thing. It's actually one Giant Leap. Finally, something that's got a bit of substance. This is going to be a short-ass video. This is an appalling volume. Right, One Giant Leap and My Culture. Right, do you remember we had a guy called Jamie who was in Faithless and he left just to say he was getting big? He's formed a new band called One Giant Leap, and he's actually brought Maxi Jazz along with him, who provides some very good vocals on this, and Robbie Williams is even on it as well. So it's a bit of a collab. My Culture. Finally on this side, we've got something that's got a bit of substance, a bit of meaning. Okay, just a little girl. God almighty. Is it just that I'm growing up by this point? I'm really not interested in all these songs about little girls. And that's probably good that I'm not interested in them, to be honest. It's got half an adequate chorus. It kind of heavies up a bit in the chorus, but no interest. Right, Cheryl Cole, Soaking Up the Sun. It's okay, but it's weak by Cheryl Crow's high standards. It's just about sitting in the sun and not worrying. So at least it's vaguely positive. Okay, Doves. Hello, Doves. Welcome. Thank goodness. Doves make their first appearance on the Now. We'd had Sub, their old incarnation, way back on Now 24. Pounding's actually pretty good. Not bad at all. Welcome resurgence to some post-Britpop stuff now from the 21st century. Okay, an appalling cover now. Really abysmal cover of a Prince song. A good Prince song, I Would Die For You, which was on Purple Rain. The Space Cowboy just massacre it. Don't know who they are, but they're awful. I think it was some French producer guy, but it's nowhere near as good as half the French disco stuff. Idlewild come along with a very drab song, like something Abrace were doing 10 years ago, or a good 5 years ago. Puddle of Mud, Blurry. That's not too bad actually. That's kind of more of this sort of post-skate pop rock stuff from America. But it's pretty good. It's quite a good song. Moby, hooray! We're all made of stars. Moby going on a kind of, well, for Moby I'd say indie one really, almost guitar-y. And yeah, this is quite a down-tempo but atmospheric song. It's certainly different from anything he was doing on Play, and it's certainly even more different from like the really old stuff. So another step in Moby's evolution. Yeah, nice song. Finally, on this pretty horrendous album, a pretty good song from Oasis actually. Stop Crying Your Heart Out. This is Oasis doing what counts for a big ballad for them, and it's nice and atmospheric. It's not going to set the world alight musically, but they're doing what they do well. So let's go through this album. I've really not enjoyed it, have I? And I've skimmed through it. It just feels very forgettable. There's very little here of lasting value. And a lot of it's just annoying, mere, nothing music. With no value. And it's like, why are they making music like this? Who's supposed to listen to it? And even big hitters who should know better are falling into that trap. People like George Michael. Who the hell, even George Michael's biggest fans, who the hell is ever going to listen to Freak? It's one of his worst songs, it's abysmal. Freak Like Me by the Sugar Babes is abysmal. A version that massacres two songs. You got Kylie doing something meh. Sophie Ellis-Bextor doing something meh. The first real classic, and maybe as many people hate it as love it, and it's a cover anyway, kind of, is Scooter and the Logical song. DD Forever's Here Today, Gone Tomorrow Trance. Shooting Star by Flip and Phil, at least that had some impact on the club scene. Shake Your Body, that's pretty good, drum and bass, pop drum and bass. It Just Won't Do, it's camp and sort of cheesy, but it's okay, Tim Deluxe. Mooney, Doves, just kind of forgotten now. Take Me Away Into the Night, it's a moderate dance tune. Like a Prayer, Madhouse is a ropey cover. Britney's kind of going off the rails a bit with I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman. Foolish by Shantae's okay. No More Dramas, okay. But you know what? Musically, I prefer drama. No More Drama doesn't make for a very interesting listening experience. Girlfriends, adequate boy band stuff. Hot in Here by Nelly's okay. Even Miss Dynamite, it takes more of a week considering what she'd go on to do. One Giant Leap, My Culture's pretty good. Pounding by Doves, it's not their best, but it's okay. Idlewild, nah. Puddle of Mud, adequate. This one, Moby, We're All Made of Stars, this is okay. And Oasis, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. So I've just about made 20 minutes of video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm conscious of just being too critical and negative. I don't want to be. I want to like stuff, but I'm not given a lot to work with on this one, I'm afraid. Weakest one we've had for ages. one can only hope that now 53's a shot in the arm. See you later, everyone. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.